Okay, we're recording. All right, fellas. What a year. What a year.
Yeah. Well,
Congrats to Jops for taking the bowl, and also congrats to Tops for going to the bowl. Nice
yeah.
work, guys.
Yeah. Great job, Jobs. That's awesome. I knew it was coming. It's been a long time in the works. So, and I already said it on the forum. Of course, finally didn't pick Orlando to make the playoffs, and he makes the playoffs. Then he goes on to the fucking bowl. So I said, man, I had that wrong. Holy shit.
Now, we did a couple of things. Now, I have my sheet here where we pick teams, but then I have another list where we pick teams again. Was the first time we picked was to take the division or to make the playoffs, and the second time we picked was for the bowl? How did this break out? Do you guys remember?
I'm pretty sure it was just the same thing. Like we picked a division and who would make the playoffs the first time, and then the second time it was basically, does anybody want to change their predictions on that? So, pretty sure that's how that went.
Okay, so I see how I have this. This is for one conference. This is for the other conference. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I know I was completely off. Completely.
Yeah, I was pretty off too, man.
But I'll read what we have. So for the European Conference, Slam picked Rock to take the division. He had San Antonio to come in second. He had not Tuck, Toronto. No, let me back this up. He's got Rock, San Antonio, Tucker, Gutenberg, Fort Wayne, and Harlem. That's how he thought the teams were going to play out.
Yep.
Howie also had Rock first, San Antonio second, Tucker,
At 5 out of 6.
Gutenberg, Harlem, and Augusta. Rick, he picked Rock as well. He picked San Antonio. He picked Augusta. He picked Gothenburg. He picked Tucker. And he picked Toronto. So these were the 6 teams, I guess, to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay. Grim, you had Harlem. You had San Antonio second. You had Tucker. You had Gothenburg. You had Fort Wayne. And then you had Augusta.
Yep. I was, man, pretty close on my division winners, I called it. So that's pretty good.
And I had Harlem, San Antonio, Augusta, Gutenberg, Merchantman, and Tucker. So that's how I had that broken out. So,
Yeah, pretty close.
yeah, we're pretty close on the European side. It was
So nobody picked Orlando.
No.
Nobody picked Orlando.
Nope. And like I said, I refused to do it after picking them
Wow.
to make the playoffs like three of the last 4 seasons, I think. I just couldn't do it this time, and lo and behold, there he goes.
Nobody picked Orlando. So you missed it, Fort Wayne, not making it in. Augusta missed the playoffs as well. Toronto was out of the playoffs. So I'm just looking at what we picked and who didn't make it. Now for the other conference, we'll start with you, Grim. You picked Oakland. You picked Chesapeake next. You have Texas, Kansas, Arizona, and Colorado.
All right. Well, the only playoff team I missed was you.
Yes. So I don't even want to talk about it. Howie had Texas, Chesapeake, Oakland, Colorado, Kansas, Arizona. I messed up everyone's board. Slam, you chose Kansas, Texas, Chesapeake, Colorado, Oakland, and Brooklyn. And then Rick, he chose Arizona. He chose Texas, Chesapeake, Oakland, Colorado, and Williamsburg. And I picked Kansas, Texas, Williamsburg, Colorado, Oakland, and Brooklyn. So
Yeah, outside of you not making it, I mean, I think we all did pretty good.
wasn't too bad. Yeah, I thought we fell apart. There were 3 games that my guy threw a pick six almost at the end of the game that made us lose the game. So, in any event, let's talk about the teams. What do you guys want to bring up? Let's start with the European side and how it played out. Who were your surprises over there?
I would say for me, I didn't think Rochester was going to make the playoffs. I just kind of thought the team would kind of fall apart because it was his first season, and he ended up making it. So Houston and Atlanta were surprises for me to even go 9-7. I didn't think they'd be that good. I think most of it is just I think the records are off in my mind. I thought some team, Tucker, I thought he would be 13-3, not 10-6, just stuff like that. So Mass Lewis, I thought maybe they had a chance, but just kind of a weird season all around.
It was, actually. I agree with you on that one. Slam?
Well, my biggest surprise would be Orlando. I thought I was going to make the playoffs, but I had a very up and down season. Started off 4-2, then I go 0-5, then I finished 4-1. But Orlando has to be the biggest surprise for me because nobody picked them.
Nope, no one did. For me, it would be Orlando, yes. And I actually had Merchant Man to take that division. He always starts out strong with his team, and then something always gets in the way that brings him back.
Yeah, he just had that 4-game stretch near the end of the season that he couldn't do anything.
Did he lose players or something? Did someone get hurt?
No one that I can really think of that would be a major star. But I tell you that Harrison Singleton guy he's got was the real surprise.
Yes, actually, you're right about him.
See a rookie second year guy, I think.
Let's see. Let's bring him up. He was right here. Here we go.
Yeah, nice rating, nice TD to interception ratio.
25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 89 passing rating. So he found a keeper for him.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I like him.
How was his offense? Well, his offense, they put up 442, and his defense put up 336. So he put up a lot of points. Not bad.
Yep, it's just that little 4-game stretch, 12, 13, 14, and 15 that kind of screwed him there, I think.
And Rochester, by the way, now I know what's his name. Rob is a good GM.
Yeah.
So you knew he was going to turn around that team. I just didn't think he was going to do it because he didn't like his players.
Yes.
And so I think I picked him coming in last or next to last. But he turned around that team and he did well. Made the playoffs.
Yes, he did. Yep, I thought it would take a little bit longer than one season as well.
So it's going to be interesting to see what he does with his team. If he's going to keep most of the guys that played well on his team, or is he just going to get rid of them and put his own guys in? So this off season, it's going to be interesting to watch what he does.
Yep. He's got, if you look at it, he's got a pretty solid roster. He just wants to build the team a little differently. And the fact that he was able to get something going with Vernon Benson this year, when Benson hasn't been able to do shit his whole career, I think he did a little bit when Bob had him over in Chicago back in the day, but
Yeah, what did he do, Benson, for him?
I think a career year, man.
Yeah, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 3,700 yards.
Not bad. I think he's got 1 year left on his contract.
How does offense do? Let's see. Passing for him, where did he rank? So he's over here. And his run offense.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to be a horse race between him and Harlem next season. Let's see what happens. But you got T-Zac now building his team. And
Yep.
so he also brings in a good defense. So I don't know where that's going to play out, that division. But I like where it went. Slam, what happened to your team?
Had a 5-game losing streak in the middle of the season. Started off 4-1, then went 0-5. But defense came back somewhat. Had second least points in the league.
Yeah, you did.
The only bad thing about that, I had 3 defensive starters retire.
Oh, he had him retire this year? This new season? Yeah.
After the season, this last season.
There was only 2 games that you got beat pretty good. That's it. Every other game that you lost, Slam, close games.
Yeah, I was in most of my games and beat some really good teams. I just had that slump in the middle of the season.
Yeah, week 7, week 8, week 10, week 11, week 12.
It was Cushman injured a couple of those games that you lost?
Yeah, he missed 2 games. He didn't play too well this season, though.
No, he didn't, and that's why I see you're putting him on the trading block.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Go ahead, Grim. You can start.
Oh, no, I'm just saying I wouldn't. I think he's a young guy and maybe a couple more pieces around him. But, God, you got Arneson in there that can still catch the ball.
Well, I'm not letting him go unless I get the right deal.
Oh, yeah. I know that. But, yeah, I don't know. I like the guy.
I'll just re-sign him if I have to.
Right.
No, I was thinking I could trade him and help rebuild my defense. And my defense is going to be in trouble next year, I think.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, if I had a 55 rated plus quarterback, I'd try to package up something for Ellis for sure.
Yeah, if I had a 55 before I traded with your brother, Slam, I would have traded for Cushman.
Yeah, I looked at your team and seen after you had made the trade, so he didn't have a quarterback. I've had one offer so far, but first round picks. I just soon keep him.
Yeah, too bad I didn't have a 55 rated. But yeah, I saw your comment in your trade block. You were like, I can't work with him, and I'll just build my team by using the assets from him. Are you more of a run team?
I usually am. Yeah, I like to run, and it seems that I know how to run. I haven't figured out how to pass yet. I feel like I'm wasting his career.
Well, I'm sure you're going to get offers for him. Or what's going to happen is Grimm's going to trade somebody for a 55 rated quarterback, and then he's going to trade that quarterback to you. Yeah,
but we're not guaranteed he wants my draft picks either, at any point I could go to the playoffs for 3 seasons in a row, and then he's fucked.
Okay, so let's go look at the other side. How about you, Grim? What transpired that you're like shaking your head or scratching your head, or did you feel this coming?
Well, I was a little worried after I traded McElrath to San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I ended up with Booth and Peterson for my running backs, and I really thought I was going to have a strong O-line. And then PS2 came around, and Riviere tanked, and I'm like going, shit, I'm not as strong as I thought I was going to be. And sure as shit, I think week 2, my right tackle, Jim Sink, goes out for the year. So now I'm down him. It's like, this is not good. So I just had some injuries that didn't happen. I mean, right at the end of the season where I lost those 3 games, that was my chance to get in the playoffs. I lost Antonio Owens, my defensive end, for the rest of the season. So not having my stud defensive end in those last 4 games, man, that really sucked ass. But we also, only lost each game by a score, but it's just, man, I don't know. Hindsight 2020, I probably should have kept McElrath, but then again, there's nothing you can really do with injuries and stuff either,
Yeah, that's true.
And we still ended up running pretty decent, so.
Yeah, you had a 4.67 average. That's not bad.
Yep.
And your passing, I think your passing was also good, was it not?
No, my passing went down from the year before. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see.
Yeah, 3,800 yards, right there
are.
below Brooklyn.
Yeah, it did. Yes, it did.
So I think we took a few more sacks, and Hardy just didn't have the year that he had the year before,
Well, you were +8 on your turnovers, which is not bad.
No, we had another good turnover year,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it was as good as the season before, though.
Oh, you're in a competitive division.
Yes. Nope, it's never easy.
Not at all.
Well, but like I said, the last 4 games, I kind of thought we had a chance to maybe win one of those, maybe 2, but just couldn't get it done, man.
Which were the 2 games that got away from you?
I thought I could beat Bordeaux, and Alpha would have said the same thing. And then I thought maybe I could beat Frederick. I was pretty sure I was going to lose to Mass Lewis, and then if I could win at least 2 of those, then the Brooklyn game might not have mattered so much. And in the end, it didn't matter at all. So, yeah, just a tough season. But 8-8, we didn't have a losing season. So,
Okay, us, like I mentioned before, we just fell apart.
I gotta grab some coffee quick. Be right back, gentlemen.
Go ahead. We fell apart. We were doing well in the beginning. Then it was just like this up and down roller coaster ride.
Yeah, you started off strong.
I was trying to do too many things and stuff like that. But then I was reading my game plans and the log files. And then I saw the games where Starks just lost those 3 games for us. And I was like kicking myself. Now, who knows what would have happened? Maybe the team would have scored again. But he put us in a bad position. So I was kind of pissed off about that. So, ergo, I reached out to your brother and picked up the quarterback. Now I'm taking a chance with
Let's
that
talk
quarterback.
about that.
Let's take him out. Paris. Now here's the guy. Now I like him, but again, he hasn't. He's still at I think 28%. So we don't know where he's going to land yet. So I'm taking a chance that he's going to hit his bars.
This is the quarterback who started at 1%, right?
I believe he did.
Yeah, I think so. I like him.
Oh, I like him too. That's why I gave your brother 3 first-round picks. I said,
Yeah,
I actually offered him
I had
I offered him 2 first-round picks. And then he's like, no, he's going to be my starter. I already traded 1.1 to somebody. He traded to Haynes. And so he says to me, if you sweeten the pot, maybe I'll get rid of him. I'll let him go. And so that's when I came back with the other first round, and I said, let's just do the deal. And so that's it.
before he made that trade, I had actually talked to him about if I traded Cushman that I might be interested in him, but that didn't work out. So worked out for you.
Yeah, so in training camp, I got to get his bars up. So I'll probably take a beating somewhat this season. But if his bars hit where I think they can hit, then I think I'll be in good shape.
I think you got a pretty good little quarterback.
I want to keep down the turnovers. That's my main goal, is to keep down the turnovers. If I can do that and I can stay within the game, it's there. A lot of games I was close with. So we shall see. But it was a disappointing year.
Yeah,
I actually thought.
I like the move though.
What was that, Slam?
I was saying I like the move for that little quarterback though. I think you did all right with him.
Let's hope I did make the right move, that he doesn't tank, we'll call it, after
So
PS2.
all,
I don't think he
three
will.
of us here finished 8-8, right?
What's that?
Yeah, all three of
I
us.
said all
finished 8
three
and
of
8.
us here finished 8-8.
Hmm.
Nowhere to go but up, man.
Yeah, so my division that I'm in, it was a tough one. And I got to tell you, Iowa's going to be a tough team. He got Bolitnikov. What is his name again?
Bolitnikov, yeah.
Bolitnikov. He has him rolling. And look at his losses. His losses are within like 3 points.
Yep. There's 2. There's 2. There's 2 points. There's 3 points. There's 4 points.
They're very close.
1 touchdown. Yeah. 1 point at the end. Jeez.
So I can see him
Oh yeah.
being very dangerous this season coming up, and moving forward. He put together a team that's going to be very competitive. Let's take a look at his roster.
He's still a little light on receiver though, I think.
Oh, you still got Yamashita. And he's a stud.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
So here's his team. He's drafting, I believe, 11th. So I don't know if there's a receiver for him to pick up out there. But he's got, his defense is tough. He's got a tough defense.
Yeah, he's pretty stocked over there. And it doesn't look like he's losing a whole lot via free agency this year either. So
I see him emerging from where he's been to the top, actually.
hopefully Eichhorst gets you back to the top.
I was just telling Slam, I'm going to need probably a year with him for his bars to get a little bit higher.
Does that mean you go with the pick machine again next year?
No, I have to play Eichhoff. I have to.
Oh.
To get his bars up. Now I'm going to try to win as much as I can because I don't have a first round pick next season. That's in White's hand,
Right.
Wade's hand. So I'm going to do my best to win.
Yeah. And Huntley should be up there a little bit more in ratings next year.
Yes.
So that would be a bonus. Yeah, I suppose you probably got a longer way to go than even Chicago. Chicago's got Livingston now.
That's right. Let's look at Chicago. Well, we called it. We said he's not sure about how he's going to play his team. So he's getting used to his team because he just took it over from Red Zone.
Yep.
But
I think we all called him last this year, and he was, but he made some moves.
he did. Let's look at his games. He put up some good numbers.
Yeah, a lot of those were close.
When did he get Livingston? What week?
Oh God.
Is that week 11? No, it had to be. It was a trade, so it had to be week 7 or 6.
Yeah, I'll tell you in just a second, I think.
Oh, we just look at his when he played.
Week 8, traded from Toronto.
Okay. So week 8, he lost to Iowa by 3. Then he beat you by 9, 19 to 10. He beat us 28-16. Then Rochester beat him. He lost to Oakland, close game. He lost to he got beat bad by T-Zac. So interesting.
Yeah, it does look like he got a little bit better with Livingston playing.
Rick also brought in a quarterback as well.
Oh yeah, he took Colin Shelton from San Antonio. Pretty sure.
Yes, he did.
Or maybe it was Orlando? No.
So he's trying to upgrade his quarterback as well. But going to this side of the thing, the surprise for me over here, actually there wasn't really too many surprises. Everything we said kind of landed where we thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I suspected that I wasn't going to make it. I did say that Brooklyn and Chesapeake would be fighting it out for the division. But then in the end, I don't think I called Brooklyn to make the playoffs either. I thought it was going to be Arizona and Kansas.
Yeah, you did not. You called correct. You had the wild card, Arizona and Colorado.
Yep.
The one team I was rooting for, by the way, was Fairbanks.
Oh, after the start to their season, we were all just going, what the hell's going on here?
Let's look at Fairbanks for a minute. He had his team playing hot. He had his quarterback playing hot. Look at the scores: 26-14, 31-19, 45-16, and 33-21. And then he had a 3-game losing streak.
Look how streaky he was too. 4 wins, 3 wins, 5 losses.
And then he had a bad losing streak at the very end.
Yeah, and that's a 4-game away as well. I hate those.
But his quarterback that he had, this guy Washington, he was playing well, but something happened that he started throwing picks. Let's get to his
Yep. Towards the end of the season, he just started chucking them 4 in one game, 5 in another game.
Wow.
Yeah, that stretch was a killer for him. Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 picks in the last 6 games.
Yeah, honestly, if you look at Washington there up top, he really went all in on the passing game this year, man, compared to the seasons past.
Let's look at it. Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the year before that. So Washington almost had 5,000 yards. Last season, or the season before that, he was 2,800 yards. So I'm guessing he must have went with a new game plan that was more pass heavy.
Yep, 702 attempts.
Hmm. He's got a good quarterback. I like his quarterback. I wish he had timing on his thing, but sometimes people can work with it without the timing bar.
Yep.
I like his quarterback too. I liked him coming out the draft.
Well, yeah. So I was saying to myself, wow, and I was watching him and his quarterback. I'm like, they're putting up a lot of points. They might be able to maybe come in second place. I was thinking with his team, the way he was playing. But it's going to be fun to see him next season. Colorado, Pizer does great stuff with his team. And he has a quarterback that is just it's just a mediocre looking quarterback, but he makes it work.
Yeah, and he's a little guy too, 5'10".
Here he is. But he makes it work. He puts up a lot of he's 1 for 1. For every touchdown he throws an interception. But yet his team, I think it's his defense and his running game, is 11-5. And
Yeah, he's got a really stock defense. Maybe not so much in the secondary, but the D line's freaking top notch. He's got a really good O line as well.
yeah, his O line's really good. How's his run gaming? His game. He's in the middle of the pack. 4.87 averaging.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
It's very good. Between his running game and his defense, solid team.
Yep. Poor Jugs only needed to win one of those last 2 games of his to take the division as well. That sucks.
So which is the one he lost in?
He lost both of them at the end.
By 1 point to Fairbanks.
Yep, and he only needed to win one to win the division.
Tough loss.
Well, it was a good season for everybody. Fun. I liked it. But now we're on to our new season. What do you guys think of the draft, by the way?
I thought there were some good players in there.
What do you think of the people who got picked so far?
I thought for sure Paris was going to take Ronaldo Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect him to trade that pick away. And then trade away his first round pick from last year too.
He picked up a lot of picks, but
Yes, he did. He's just going to have to use them all,
he's going to roll with Mays.
Yeah, and Mays is another first round guy as well. That's not fully developed. So,
All right, let's look at his team. So he was pick number 1. So Paris had pick number 1. He traded it to Haynes, who Haynes took the first quarterback off the board. He traded this quarterback to me, but he got 3 first rounds in return. So he has a 1.12 and he's got 1.3
and 3 seconds he picked up.
and 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's a nice haul.
And he's going to run with this quarterback for now.
He doesn't look half bad. I mean, the sense rush is a little bit, for what I like, anyways. That's a little bit low, but outside of that, he looks serviceable.
Now, who did he pick in the draft, fellas?
Wide receiver. What the hell's his name? Leo Bruce.
So he went with this guy. So he picked him at 1-3.
Well, looks like he could be a starter to me. Although that guy that T-Zac picked at 5.
Pedro George.
Yeah.
That's the one I liked.
Yeah, his route running is all the way. He's probably like a 70, 80 his route running. The only thing is, maybe T-Zac sees something different. I always like endurance to be a little higher,
Yeah, me too.
but T-Zac probably can work with him. Plus, he's 6 feet. But going back to Paris, yeah, Paris got a nice haul. So he's going to fix his team. He's got a quarterback already that's 67% developed. So it's going to be fun watching his team to see where they go.
Yeah, he says he's going to lean on his run game this year.
He's got good running backs.
Yeah, I think so. He's got that. I think he drafted a good one a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Bernard Harden.
Bernard Harden. Here we go. Okay.
Yep. As solid as they come, man. Give that guy another 100 carries, take 100 passes away from your quarterback. That'd be all right.
Yep.
Nice. And Haynes taking his quarterback. I know he hated his quarterback's play because he was just god awful. This guy right here. He had 17 touchdowns, 21 interceptions, a passing rating of 69.2.
Yep. I think he just got to the point where he's done with the guy.
Yeah, I would be too. But he doesn't have any receivers yet.
So and that could be an issue.
He got the quarterback. He's got him. Now he can work with this guy a little bit. Let's see. What was let me look at him. How much was the quarterback developed, by the way? The rookie. Let's see.
28.
28%. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a few seasons. Get him developed, get some more pieces around him if you can. But, he's out how many first-round picks now? Like one more next year?
He gave up this year first round. He gave up next year's.
And 3 seconds.
And 3
seconds.
seconds.
I think it was just the number 3 and 3 seconds. I think.
That could be possible. Let me check it out here.
Slam, did you make any moves yet besides Cushman?
No. Just put Cushman on the block, and that was it. Signed a few players. Nothing big though.
I was going to ask you, is there anyone um, for you position-wise that you're looking to upgrade, or you want to keep that a
I'm
secret for now?
worried about my defense. My defense, I'm worried about because I lost three starters to retirement.
And you pick at 16 too, so should be some defensive guys left at that
I
point.
got 16 and 26.
All right.
I was wanting to go offense though. If I keep Cushman, I want to get him some help there. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, I think what were you?
Just have to
Second?
wait and see what's available.
You were second in allowed points. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, 1 point. Yep, missed it by 1 point.
Hmm. So your defense is pretty solid still. But are there
Well,
are there offensive players when you're picking that you need? That's a question that you're going to answer to yourself.
right.
Like, I like the tackles there. There's some defensive ends I like. I can care less about running backs. And there's nice cornerbacks as well.
Yep. Oh, there's
Yeah,
some
I'd
definitely
like
definitely.
to improve my offensive line.
How about you, Grim? Did you make any moves this offseason so far? Or you
No,
been
I haven't
quiet?
done stuff. I haven't even got my file together for tomorrow yet either. So I go in there, interview some guys, try to set up my draft board a little bit more, see if there's anybody in free agency that I really want. But yeah, not a whole lot. I mean, I'm always on the lookout for a wide receiver, but there's never any in the draft by the time I come around. So
Are you running with your quarterback again next season?
yeah, I'll play Hardy next year, or this season. But after he wants a contract this year, and he wants something like 30 something million, maybe 40 a year. So he'll be in free agency next year, and I'll find someone else if I can't re-sign him there. So yeah, just got really old the last couple seasons. Got to plug in some new players and see where we can go from there. And I think we're going to have a couple. Yeah, we're going to have a couple down seasons now, I think. I thought if I was going to make the playoffs again, this might be my best year to do it because we're getting old and I can't find any really good wide receivers. And so we'll see how it goes.
So you're saying the board's going to flip in your division where Frederick's going to come up, you're going to slide down.
I could see Frederick coming up too. And Chesapeake's Chesapeake, and Brooklyn's been playing well for a few seasons now, so
Well,
I could see. Yeah, Jobs.
The job said he went all in this season.
Yeah,
Paid off.
Yeah, he said he bought his players, paid a lot of money, got them in, and he says he's just going to do it if he's going to crash and burn with them.
yep. Nope, it was a good move. I mean, just signing those 3 veterans that were really good players can really, kick a team over the edge.
Looking at, I just want to go across to the other conference, Harlem. Now he has his quarterback. I'm trying to see where he goes with his pick. I like doing this sometimes. I mean, he's stacked across the board with everybody. Safeties,
Yes, he is.
cornerback, linebackers. Defensive end. I can see him maybe going lineman, O-line. because they're getting older.
He's got starters everywhere.
He sure does.
I mean, he has the pick of the litter. It's all backups for him.
I don't know how he keeps all those people signed in the coming years.
He's got $65 million. He's got $86 million. So I say in my head that he's going to probably go offensive lineman. That's where I think he's going to pick.
Yeah, by looking at that, I would think the same. But it also depends on what's available in the draft when he gets there, you know. He is picking 28th.
But he finally made that division push. I've been picking him for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I'm happy to see it. I just really thought he'd go a bit further in the playoffs, though. That was kind of sad to see.
Well, you said this before, Grim. The playoffs, everything resets.
Yep. Say it all the time. Everything, brand new fucking season, man. And it really showed this year. Holy crap. There's just no way I thought that Orlando would go there and beat them pretty handily at Harlem.
Let's look at Orlando, by the way. Let's give him some love. Topps fixed this team up, and yeah, he brought in Shea O'Connor.
Yep, that seemed to be the little trick to get it done.
Again, he's got a nice stacked team so far. If you look at his roster,
yeah,
his safety play needs help. I can see him going after safeties in the draft if there is any out there, or maybe in free agency.
No, he's just got a good D line, good linebackers, decent secondary, some really big studs. It's like Jesus.
Oh, is he going to sign Shea? Is he just going to play him out this season? Interesting.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Man, he's making $82 million this year. Wow.
Gonna have to do some maneuvering if he signs him.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, he doesn't have any cap space.
He's got the $24 million. He needs the $1 million quarterback to play like an $80 million quarterback. I love seeing people where they maneuver their cap and they make everything work. Like you think they can't sign anyone, and all of a sudden they got $80 million now because they move players around.
Yep. All it takes is a big cut and, a couple of re-signings, and a lot of people can clear some shit.
Like we thought Iowa wasn't going to be able to sign their quarterback. He moved things around and was able to.
Yeah, he got it done in the final hour, man.
They sure did.
I was actually shocked with Augusta, by the way. Saw his team, by the way.
Oh, shit, Iowa ain't got no money either. Huh.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Oof.
He's got like $1 million.
Really?
Well, Augusta's doesn't have any money. He's over the cap by $460,000 right now.
And Banks is on his last year.
Ooh. Yeah, just like Cushman.
I would say he wants, what do you think, $50 million per year?
Oh, no, he wants more than that, man.
Banks, Cushman wants $70 million per year, so Banks is going to want at least that, I think.
Yeah, especially coming off of that season. 38 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Insane.
So right now he's paying him $29 million. Okay, so if he wants, so he has to pay another 50 million,
Yeah,
basically.
he's got to clear 50, and it's like, where's that going to come from?
Well, he's gonna have to do it with somebody. He's not gonna let Banks hit the streets.
No, and Mesa can't go nowhere either. Yeah,
Nope.
hit that contract view. Yeah,
That's it.
and then sort by the cap cost or save if released. I mean, who could you get rid of?
Ooh, he's not gonna get rid of his wide receiver Joyner.
Nope.
I think the linebacker, the weak linebacker, I would dump him.
Yeah, he's getting a little older.
28 million.
That left guard could probably go.
Yeah.
Locks.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so he'll go. Let's see. What was that weak linebacker? Here we go. He can probably maybe trade him, dump him. Nose tackle, 14 million.
Oh,
Burns.
yeah, he could probably go. Maybe, I don't know.
14 million you save up there. He can do it. He'll make it. He's got, yeah. So he's in good shape.
Definitely got some guys that could cut.
Banks had a great year for him.
Yes, he did. So did Mesa. I mean, just those two guys alone, and Joyner. Joyner had a great year too.
So he put up 38 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, passing rate of 7.95 average attempt, 3,500 yards.
Yeah, he's a bona fide stud now, man.
So between him and Meza, he's a dangerous team.
Yes.
Very dangerous.
I pick him as a favorite this season.
I think he's got a little work to do on defense. I think that's where he kind of got let down.
Do you think?
Yeah, he's number 26 total defense.
Let me get position. Go ahead.
Yeah. Number 20 in scoring defense, allowing 22 a game.
And then his cuts are going to come on defense if he cuts people to sign Banks. Most of them's going to be on the defensive side.
Then Snapfinger picked up a quarterback, by the way.
Yep. He's got to replace Schultz. I think Schultz has maybe 1 year left in him.
Let's see.
Maybe 2. He signed for 2 more years. I bet you he could play that out.
Well, let's see if we can turn the corner with him and make a push. By the way, Slam, did you ask your brother his game plan with all these picks and what he's going to rebuild? I try to get him on so he can tell us what was his game plan. But
He's not going to get on. He don't want
I know he
to.
will.
It's not for him. I don't know what he's going to do. He hasn't told me. I know all he said was what he's going to do this season was going to lean on his running back.
He's got a great line. His line's in good shape.
Yeah,
I think he doesn't like it. He's not sold on his offensive line.
Really?
Well, it looks pretty solid to
Yeah.
me. I mean, that's pretty. Behind that line, he could probably get Harden, 2,000 yards.
Oh yeah, I agree.
He's got to work on his secondary. That's not too bad.
Yeah, he's got the picks to do it.
Yeah, his defense. Yeah, he didn't put up any points this season. He put up 235 points, which is, I think, the worst. Yeah, he was the worst in the league with putting up points, and he gave up 449. So that would put him in the back end as well.
Yep.
I wonder.
Second worst.
Second worst.
Behind or maybe he's the worst. He's the last. Yeah, he gave up more points than anyone.
Outer Banks gave up 457. So you're right. He's second.
Like, he's got good pieces in place.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Bardozo's going to be
Yeah,
picking.
he's got good pieces in place. Loaded with draft picks.
Say that again.
So he's got good pieces in place, and he's loaded with draft picks.
Yes. Now you got to hit with them.
Absolutely.
That's the magic. Because you can have all the draft picks you have, and if you can't hit with any of them, it's meaningless.
Yep.
And Bordeaux, he needs a quarterback. So,
Yeah, he had Daryl Moore playing a little bit there, but that kind of petered out.
yeah, he was 18 of 18, 1 for 1. Average attempt 5.38, which is awful.
Yeah.
Passing rating of 67.3. He needs a quarterback badly. I'm sure there's a quarterback out there because look at his offensive line, fellas. Look at that.
Oh, I'd be slamming a running back behind that all season.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
His defense is parts that, he's got starters, but, another star in there, here and there at the most important part. But his main thing, if he can do a running game, like you guys know how to do running games, if he can do the same, what you just said, Grim, he can probably put up 2,000 yards on his running back with that offensive line and not really care about having a top level quarterback. Just have a quarterback manager.
Yeah. It makes me think if that number 80 picks a running back, because there should be a couple studs left there by then.
Well, he's got this guy. What do you guys think of Kemp?
Well, he looks all right to me. And his endurance is going to
It
be.
looks all right to me.
Yeah, his endurance is going to be a factor. He's not going to get the carries that he needs to. I can see him getting 1,000 yards, but because of that endurance, that's going to keep him out of the 1,500, 2,000 yard game.
Maybe he'll do the two-headed monster with Wenzel and Kemp. He should look at somebody's roster and see if they have a quarterback on their roster that they're not using.
Yeah, I think that's probably where I'd start. Maybe try to get a different quarterback, and then maybe try to draft one of those stud running backs.
Because if he doesn't, this guy's going to go to waste. 6th season, 27 years old already. He needs a quarterback now.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's also got that tight end, young tight end too, Demetrius Peralt.
Mm-hmm.
He should be a god as well.
Because those are killers. When you need a certain player and you don't have them yet, and then you have these young studs in your team, they're like going to waste because you don't have the right personnel to help them.
Right. And it makes people like me and you go, oh, man, I could use that guy. There's no fucking way I'm getting him. You know?
That's why me and you, Grim, we have to offer the world.
Yeah, we're still thirsty for wide receivers, my friends.
And hopefully they'll say, okay. But there are people that will be like, nope, I'm going to hold on to them. And you're like, but he's just sitting on your bench. I mean, in your roster, he's not doing anything. Maybe these draft picks will help you.
Yep. But I tell you what, if I had a stud wide receiver and stud tight end, there's no way I'd get rid of them either. So I can't blame nobody for that, you know?
I'm trying to convince people when they listen to this video.
Yeah, right?
But
It's like we're trying to hypnotize them. Give us your guys.
And what's his name? C-Max. I wanted to bring up his team for a minute. His quarterback. He had him playing lights out.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, just go ahead and click on his little stat thing and then a season. I just can't believe that fucking playoff game, man.
I know. So let's do this. All right. So he threw 36 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. He had average attempt 7.21.
I think he had the most yards in the league.
4,451. He just played a great game, great season.
Got him on the block too.
He has him on the block?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
He
Yep.
does?
Yeah, he's got that rookie from last year. That rookie drafted last year.
That's right.
No, and I'm guessing if Granados doesn't throw 6 interceptions in the playoff game, he doesn't go on the block. But he's got Soka and he's got Graham Luna waiting to play as well. So
They almost look identical, kind of, if his bars,
don't they?
you know.
I mean,
certain-
Soka doesn't have the timing, but yeah, pretty damn close.
Yeah, they are.
Well, he had him playing well.
Yep.
Solid play, and he put up good points. Let me get to his games. 2109. He had a rough patch in the beginning, as you can see, the first 3 games, and then he found out what's going on, and 34 points, 31 points, 45 points, 47 points. Then something
There's an awful lot of over 40 games in there, man. That shit's just crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
Was a good run.
You know what I like doing, by the way, fellas? I always like going back and seeing my my players that I've drafted and how they play against my own team and how they'll be up in the chart. You know how you have a quarterback and you play him, let's say, 12 years on your team, and then you look at your team records and they're up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about, I know it's not little men in a machine, but there's something about the people you draft and you like to see them do well.
Yeah, no, I still call them tiny humans, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm working on my, when you're on your team screen, you go to your team, it'd be on the website. I'm trying to think of what the fuck it is. Oh, your all-time team. So by the time I'm done playing this game, I want everybody on Williamsburg all-time team to be somebody that I drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I eat up that stuff. There's something about it. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, I'm pretty good, man. Kind of put myself in a food coma tonight,
Yeah.
so
That's okay. It was going to be a short one. We just wanted to kind of recap about
Yeah.
what happened. And tomorrow's the draft, so it's going to be interesting to see where everyone picks the players. And
yes, sir.
we'll talk then.
All right, sounds good.
All right, fellas.
All
I'll
right,
cut it here.
fellas.